theory for intelligent decision support systems. I know it might sound a little bit of gibberish, but what it is saying in basic terms is that if you know how to play games, then you can build intelligent computer systems. That's the whole sense of that. And I'll try to drive home that point through multiple examples as well towards the end of the talk. But initially, what I'll try to do is explain what playing games well means, or what is a game and what playing games well means. I know your schools that form the entire SMU. We have accountancy, law, economics, social sciences, business school, and finally, the very important one, which is the information systems school, from where I come in. Since I work in, even though I'm an intelligence systems person, I work with security folks to make the security, how you protect your data or how you protect your information. How do you make it more active? How do you make it more intelligent? That's where we collaborate with these guys. And we also, the game theory that I mentioned, that comes from economics and so on. So we collaborate with those people as well. Those are the rules of the game. And then we have consequences. When players make their moves or take their actions, what happens? If I go sit in the same cell as another pawn, then that pawn will die. That's the consequence. And those are the consequences here. And finally, we have what are called as payoffs. So if you kill the king of the other player, then you get $1 million. That's the overall, it happens really. Chess games, they win millions of dollars by winning a chess game. Anyway, so that's the formal definition of a game that we'll be using. There are players, there are rules, there are consequences, and then there are payoffs. Okay? They each will get 3 years of prison. Okay? But if both of them say we are both not guilty, then you only get 2 years of prison. Okay? But the interesting case is, if one of you says, and so if, let's say, Henry says, I am guilty, and Dave says, I'm not guilty, then Dave will be put in prison for 5 years. And similarly, the other way around. If one guy accepts the fact that he's guilty, and the other guy says he's not guilty, then the guy who says he's not guilty will go to prison for a longer duration. And the best strategy in that case, when you're playing the game a lot of times, is to do what I said earlier. Take a die which has 3 faces, meaning every number has a probability of 1/3 to occur. That is, you will take stone 1/3 of the time, you will take paper 1/3 of the time, and you will pick scissors 1/3 of the time. That is the equilibrium strategy. It may not win you the most number of times, but it will make sure that in expectation, over the 100 times, you will win. If you follow that, you will win at least 50% of the time. Because you are considering all the options at one point or the other. Does that make sense? So, for these games, the point why I introduced this example was that, like here, there's no one action that is best. Sometimes you have to use a distribution over the actions. So in this case, the distribution is 1/3 over this action, 1/3 over this action, and 1/3 of this action. So those are some popular games. Look like toy games, but there's a lot of history to each of these ones. There are 15 or 16 more games which have these kinds of interesting